I can, I can't hear you right now. Okay, there we go. No, I can't hear you any. I can't hear you right now. I'm gonna join. I'm gonna leave and join back.
All right, talk now.
Okay, I can hear you now. I don't
All
know
right.
what was going on.
All right, we got it fixed. So hopefully this goes
We
better.
finally,
Shout out
we
to everybody
finally
in
got
the
it
chat.
fixed. Yeah.
I probably should have narrated through that a little better, but I was trying to see what I could do
Hmm.
to get it working. So
Yeah.
shout out to everybody who sat here watching through that. That was a iconic moment in history right there. But
Hmm.
we got it.
Yeah.
We're professionals here.
Yeah. Work through the
But yeah, man.
kinks.
How was everything in Indianapolis? Purdue got it
Oh, it
done.
was,
No upset this year.
yes.
They covered as well.
Yeah. Hmm. The walk on hit the uh, hit the last three to cover the spread against
Thank you.
Grambling. Yeah, he shout out Carson Barrett. I I think just as Purdue Indy was lit, all the Purdue fans were there. It was basically a home game for Purdue. Um, they dominated. They kind of were keep Grambling was keeping it close early, just playing keep away for the most part, and then they Purdue turned it on in the second half. Edie dominated, having a 30-20 game, um, and just rolled. Got that monkey off our back, and I think we're gonna keep rolling. Uh, but it was a good night. Good night, and
Yeah, Grambling fucking stinks. I didn't think you guys would have
mm,
much issues
yeah,
there and took care of business. So,
yeah.
but yeah, let's go
I
back to
I
it.
think
Yeah,
I think it. Yeah.
go ahead. My bad.
What were you saying? I was gonna
No,
say,
no.
yeah.
I was games
They.
yesterday. You can go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Mhm. I was just gonna say we kind of were a little nervous just when shooting three throws and stuff, but we got that taken care of in the second half. But
Purdue Power Hour.
yeah,
That's what we're calling this.
okay.
um,
But we'll get.
all right, let's go back to yesterday early and
Mhm.
start running these. Northwestern 77, FAU
Mhm.
65. This was a ugly, ugly game. Not a great watch. Ended
Yeah.
up going time. Um, FAU had maybe one of the worst possessions and worst shots at the end of a game I've ever
Mm-hmm.
seen. When like they needed anything to go to the game, they had probably 10 seconds left on the clock, and they pull up about a John L. Davis takes about a fucking logo three with
Mm-hmm.
two guys on him, like with multiple seconds left on the clock, and doesn't even try to drag to the or go to the rack. And then yeah, it went to overtime, and Northwestern took care of business and ran them out of the fucking gym. I think FAU
Mm-hmm.
had tired legs. I'm surprised they even came back as much to send this thing to overtime because it just never really
Mm-hmm.
felt like it would be their day. Boo Booey got hot in the second half. So yeah, Northwestern first time in program history they've won a game in March 2 years in a row. And they will be moving on. So what do you think of that one?
Yeah, like you said, it was just an ugly game to start. Towards the end of the game, it turned into a decent game to watch. Northwestern, a lot of their role players hit good, big shots. What's his name? Uh, oh, the guy with the pedo stash. Um, I forget his name, but he hit a bunch of shots
Matt's our
towards the end of the game.
Matt's our name guy. He's not here tonight, so we're gonna have a hard
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. I know his face, but um, he he hit a lot of clutch shots, and it looked like FAU was going to get back. Um, that their big man Golden was playing really good. Boo Booey didn't have the greatest game till overtime, and then he took over.
Yeah,
But and
you fucking
FAU
smoke
sold.
Western.
Janelle Davis sold.
UConn should
What'd you
fucking
say?
smoke. UConn should fucking smoke Northwestern. Like,
Yeah. Northwestern isn't a team that's at full strength. If they let Boo Booey take over, though, anything can happen. That's
yeah,
all. As someone that's watched Northwestern in conference play, like they're not at their full strength right now.
yeah. Well, Dusty May is off to his pick of the litter of
Hmm.
jobs now. Where
Yeah,
he ends up.
that's what I think.
I think
That's what I think's
Michigan.
going on. Probably.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, you think Michigan as well?
It's either them or Louisville because with Ohio State naming Jake Deaver their coach, I'm guessing they lost out on Dusty May and just decided, yeah, we'll
That was a weird move by Ohio State, but we'll
yeah,
show
yeah.
it works out for them. We're live on Facebook now too. Shout out to anybody watching on Facebook.
Facebook
Hell yeah, second
may
game
get
of
a
the
couple
day.
people.
Second game of the day. This one shouldn't be too long. Baylor 92,
Yeah,
Colgate 67. Baylor kicked ass. This game
no
was never competitive.
smoke.
I had Baylor minus 13.5. That was never in doubt.
Hmm.
So, um,
I
so
didn't,
yeah.
I didn't watch much of it, but I know Baylor's rolling right now. I have them in the Final Four, so uh, they better have picked. But Travis, you
Yeah,
glitched
I'm
out.
here. I'm here. I was just sending a text.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, pretty much what I expected from Baylor. There's not much I can say. I had this game scoped out. Colgate don't really. They have one good player, who's oddly enough named Braden Smith, the second Braden Smith. Um, but that's about all. Shit, I'm gonna have to rejoin again. For some reason, I can't hear you again. Let's see.
Hello. I can hear Jacob.
I can hear you, Cody.
Yeah, this is a trust issue here. This is a trap. What's up?
Yeah, I can hear Jacob now.
Oh, I can hear you now too.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't hear me either?
I couldn't, no, but now I can.
Dude, my thing keeps like automatically muting the mic. Yeah, we're struggling through it today. Shout out to anybody. That's like
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm trying to do my best on the phone.
We're all doing our best here.
Jacob, where are you?
Huh?
Are you in like a dungeon or
near Fort Wayne, Indiana? I'm in like an office because my grandma's. What?
Are you just like in a
What'd
random office? Like,
yeah. Well, my family has a business, and my grandma's house. There's not really good phone signal in the house, so I can't. Since there's a good signal out here.
Dude, you need to go to Starbucks or something.
Yeah. I would, but it'd be a 10-minute drive down the road.
We got that fucking Indiana phone connection. This is there we go. Oh, nice background, Cody.
There we go. Cody's muted. Okay, where were we talking about Colgate and
yeah, Baylor 92, Colgate 67. Baylor covered this number usually minus 13.5. They dominated that game. So yeah, Colgate another tournament loss, as is every year. And yeah, that's what we got.
So, there's not a whole lot you can say about that. Baylor, I think they're going to roll to the Final Four, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess we'll get to the result later with New Mexico and Clemson, but I was surprised about that. So we'll see if Clemson gives them. Baylor's not a great defensive team, so that could always come back to hurt them, but we shall see. San Diego State 69, UAB 65. Yeah, San Diego's this game was competitive for a while. San Diego State was able to.
It's competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, they were able to. UAB was able to keep it competitive. They're a strong team, but in the end, San Diego State holds on and wins it. So, what do you got on that one?
I was going to say San Diego State. I thought they were going to do good. They had gotten it up quite a bit, and they let UAB back in the game. The Mountain West yesterday was kind of continued their. They were hyped up coming into the tournament, but San Diego State won and Utah State won. We'll get into that later, but just like they pulled away at the end, but that was not an impressive win by any means. So we'll see what happens with them. Jaden Ledee did have a big game. I forget how many points he had. He had a big game.
Jaden Ledee took this game over, like when he had to, and when the pay window is open.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he's one of the best players in the nation.
Yeah.
I
had on that game, so I didn't watch much of that game. I tuned in a little bit then while I was in the car heading to Indianapolis.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So San Diego State moves on. Next, we got Marquette 87, Western Kentucky 69. Western Kentucky was led most of the first half of this game. They were strong. I had bet the Western Kentucky first half spread, and that hit easily. So, yeah, Western Kentucky was competitive in this game. But like I said the other day, as we see a lot with these matchups, you'll see these teams be scrappy and hang on a lot early. And as the game goes on, the better team takes over. It was clearly Marquette in this situation. They get it done without much issue over Western Kentucky.
Shout out
Dwayne I was going to say Dwayne Wade from playing at Marquette. I was going to say Western Kentucky kept it close, which I am not shocked by. I thought this was one of the toughest 15-2 games, probably the toughest, because Western Kentucky is a mid-major power in the past. They've not had much success recently, but they've always been a program built on basketball success. And their coach, Steve Lutz, he was a former Purdue assistant. He was at Corpus A&M Corpus Christi. So I'm not surprised to see them competing in NCAA tournament games. His first year,
Christi. That's a new
they made the tourney 2 years, last 2 years.
Oh, I was saying you said Corpus A&M Corpus Christi. That's a new one.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Yeah.
There you go. No, I was just fucking with you. Keep going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like Western Kentucky, and then Marquette pulled it out. I was a little worried for a minute because I have Marquette in the 5-4.
Well, they got it done without much issues here.
So they took over the game in the second half. Shout out Brandon, who transferred to Western Kentucky for Purdue. He didn't have a good game, but whatever. Shout out for Marquette.
This is going fantastic.
Jacob, I think your internet is dead, brother.
Yeah.
Can you? This is going fantastic.
Just everything is fine.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
So I just want to interject here. I want to note that I had Grand Canyon winning. I just want to talk about that. I did have Grand Canyon winning.
Dude, I said all week I picked St. Mary's, but I said Grand Canyon was going to be strong there. I had Grand Canyon against the spread, so I hit that bet. But
dude, no, I saw that the graphic. I think Barstool's the one who put it out, where no team like west of Kansas has won the tournament since '97, and like Grand Canyon, they could really do something special this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm riding them out, bro.
Yeah.
They could shock the world.
I think they will. I'm all in. I am putting down the house on Grand Canyon to win the tournament.
Cody, you're the boss. So
I mean, Drew is a legit coach.
Cody, you're the boss. I don't know how you want to handle this with Jacob's internet issues. I don't know if we should start skipping through these games quicker. You got any ideas? But
maybe we just like run through them, and then because Jake, like, it's like every other game he can like talk.
Yeah.
If he starts lagging out, Jacob will give you a T, and that means technical difficulties.
All right.
And then like we'll move on from there. If we throw up the T
All
him
right,
up, get him out of here.
If we tee you up, we can't hear you. So that'll be our new thing. You're muted right now, but
okay.
All right.
Can you hear me right now?
We can hear you right now.
Yes, but if you get that T,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
if you get the T, dude.
Okay. I don't know. Was I glitching out in the Marquette in Western Kentucky? You're talking about
You
that?
glitched out for the last like 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a shit show.
That's how we do it over here at Spectator, baby.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
He's a traveling reporter, to be fair, right? Like, he's traveling for the game. So we've just got to deal with what we got. He was there, boots on ground.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, since we got the connection issues, while it's good, I'll start rapid firing through these games. We don't need to get I guess a full scouting report for each one, but we'll hit them. We'll move on. Clemson 77, New Mexico 56. Very surprised about this result.
Yeah.
New Mexico, a lot of people did. Clemson got their asses kicked by Boston College in their
Yeah.
first game in the tournament. They weren't strong coming in, but they get it done here. The only 6 seed to beat an 11 seed in this entire tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe 11 seeds won. So
that was the only one I picked. 6 over 11 in my bracket, my horrible bracket. I don't have any words for that because Clemson, they kind of stunk in ACC play other than when they beat North Carolina and the rest of the schedule. And I expected New Mexico to do something at least a little bit in the tournament after they won the Mountain West Conference tournament.
Much to my dismay, the Mountain West has shit all over themselves in March again, and this will continue to follow them around every year. Even though San Diego State made the national championship last year, but that just doesn't matter. Mountain West sucks, I guess. So, yeah, it's bullshit. I mean, but yeah, I hate it. I like Mountain West basketball. I hate what the label they get slapped with every March, but it's hard to defend when they go and lose by 21 to fucking Clemson. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that. UConn 91, Stetson 52. Shout out to the Mad Hatters.
Yeah, making it to this far.
Yeah. Hold on. You talk about that game real quick. I got to go get another cup of coffee for this next one.
Yeah. There's not much to talk about. I thought Stetson might have given UConn a game. At least they kept it close to 30 points. UConn was just more prepared. They were prepared to take on a 16 seed. They weren't going to do, it was never going to be a game. And that's really all you can say about that one. Defending national champ rolls over a 16 seed that's never made the tourney.
So I love stats. I do want to point out for Stetson here, they only had 2 players with double-digit points. Let's see. Stefan Swinson had 20, and Stetson only scored 52. So that guy is a bulk of their roster.
You put the team on his mother.
Yeah, and he was a senior. The senior goes out in style. I mean, listen, I know they got beat 52-91. But if you're one of the 2 guys that scored double digits and you drop 20 of those points, like he's got to feel good today.
Oh, that guy's going to be a fucking car salesman one day with his like NCAA tournament jersey hanging up.
Dude, for sure. I hope that he is the best car salesman.
He'll have the jersey hanging up in the cubicle. I played March Madness,
I dropped 20 points on the defending national champions.
Yeah. Holy shit. All right. All right. What'd you say, Jacob?
I was going to say that guy torched Jacksonville in the A-Sun quarterfinals in one of the craziest games I've seen. So shout out to him before we move on.
I'm not going to be the crazy epic flip out that everybody who knows me probably wants to see. We're just going to talk about it. We're going to move on. It happened. I don't really want to talk about it. They fucking make me the pigs. Yale 78, Auburn 76. That happened. We got fucked. I mean, I know everybody's going to be like, you lost to Yale. They don't want to hear excuses. I mean, valid. If it wasn't my team, I'd probably say, but I just need to say, like, Chad Baker-Mazara was our second best player. I mean, that's probably our most important player all year. He's the heart and soul of this team. He's leader of this team. And to have him get tossed from the game for a flagrant 2 on a soft call, just ridiculous to throw a player like that out.
Hey, hold on. Will you pause right here for just a second? Because I feel like I need to get something going.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, this is beautiful. Hold on. This is for you, Travie. Old Travie Patty. Hold on. We're almost there. We're just processing now. Hold on. Do you like the banner, by the way, at the bottom?
Yeah, I love it.
I
Auburn's
thought you
you.
might. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, now go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, 3 minutes into the game, Chad Baker-Mazara gets tossed out of the game for a flake. I thought I don't know if you guys saw it. I thought it was just a ridiculous call, and it's the refs inserting themselves into the game when they can't fucking help themselves. And I mean, we see that a lot in college basketball, and it's been a story all year. It's a story every year, and to see them insert themselves in the game, I'm the big screen now. To see them, to see the refs just insert themselves into the game like that, though. I mean, and that's not just sour grapes to an Auburn fan, but when you throw a player like that out 3 minutes into the game, it's just ridiculous. He got hit in the throat and then elbowed the guy in the stomach coming back down the court that hit him in the throat, and they tossed him out of the fucking game. And I mean, anybody who's watched this team all year knows Chad Baker-Mazara is like, one of the key cogs of this team. He's the motor that keeps it going. He's the big motivator. He's obviously one of the best players on the floor. Plays amazing. Had a great year this year, transferring from a JUCO to come to Auburn and play. Ultimately, we had our chances to win this game, and we just never fucking put them away. They kept making shots. I mean, we led, I feel like, most of the second half, but they kept making shots, and they kept hanging around. And I mean, I said all year, my concern with this team is we don't have a alpha closer that you can trust to put a game away, and we didn't here. And where'd Jacob go? But I mean, yeah, we didn't have a closer here, and we didn't get it done. Yale moves on. I hope they get fucking smoked in their next game. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I just gave a whole laundry list of excuses. But when you're Auburn facing Yale, you got to get it done. So I'm not going to sit here and act like that's acceptable by any means, because it's not. It's a joke. It shouldn't happen. All the criticism we're going to get for the next year, we fucking deserve. It's embarrassing loss. Completely waste one of the best teams in program history, SEC champions, and yeah, it just sucks, man. There you go. I feel like I handled that as professionally as I could have.
I think it's funny though. Like, you had Kentucky and Auburn both get bounced so fucking early, bro. It's got to be tough, right, for you all. I can't imagine. I don't really keep up with like college basketball a whole lot anymore, so I look like a hypocrite sitting here right now. But like, dude, I feel like being an SEC fan in college basketball is just painful.
I mean, yeah, it's tough because I mean you're just gonna lose games. Like, it's one of the most competitive leagues, so you're gonna suffer every week. You got tough games. Whenever you have to go on the road in that conference, it's tough. And you figure we should get to March and be battle tested and be ready for games like this. But I mean, like, we only have one win all year by single digits, which it was in the SEC tournament in the quarterfinals last week, or semifinals. And so yeah, I mean, it's been a dominant team all year. And I mean, you like I say, you figure playing in the SEC, one of the most competitive leagues in the nation, you'd be battle tested and like ready to persevere in moments like this. But they just clearly weren't. And not having Chad Baker-Mazara certainly didn't help. And I think it's bullshit he wasn't out there. But at the end of the day, whether Chad Baker-Mazara is out there or not, you're Auburn, you're playing Yale, you're supposed to win that game.
Do you think the difference is in IQ for the team made a difference?
Yeah.
Like, Yale has to be like just a smarter team, objectively, right? Like, their GPAs have to be higher.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Yale's.
Yeah, it's so.
Elbow a guy in the stomach running back, because I'm not acting like. I think it was a dumb play by Chad that got him ejected, but I don't think it was anywhere fucking worthy of an objection. But it can also be a stupid play by him. Like, both things can be true.
Parv says, at least you're not Kentucky.
I mean, we might as well be.
I think Kentucky and Auburn, both what they did, they got nervous, right there at the end of the game. They're like, oh crap, we're in a game about to get with a team, and just let the upset happen pretty much. That's what kind of.
I mean, so we went to
Do you think it's a benefit to be a low-seeded team? I mean, honestly, do you think it is a benefit?
You definitely don't have as much. I mean, you're playing with.
You don't have that stress.
Right, you're able to like really go out there and be like all jokes aside, you can really be like, fuck it, like just do whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're a team that wasn't the favorite in your conference too. Like Yale wasn't the favorite in their conference. Oakland was. They were kind of in between, like a dominant mid-major, but like Yale wasn't even supposed to be here because Princeton fumbled the bag, and then they needed a last-second shot to beat Brown.
I gotta sit here and be objective about our as a program, but we're fucking living off the 2019 Final Four, and I think the bloom is rose with that now. But I mean, when it was a great run in 2019, but then you had the COVID season in 2020, so like throw that out. Tournament got canceled. Year after that, we had a self-imposed postseason ban. That was a bad team, so throw that year out. Those were 2 COVID years, kind of a waste. But then now 3 straight years, first weekend exit. 2 years ago, you go get knocked out by Miami with Jabari Smith and Walker Kessler, and a team that was number 1 in the nation a lot of the year, and you go first weekend and get your doors blown off by a 10 seed Miami. Last year wasn't a great team. Got a win against Iowa. We're up double digits versus Houston at halftime and completely gave that game away in front of what was basically a home crowd in Birmingham. We got a insanely lucky draw. We're up double digits at halftime against the number 1 seed in the nation and really had a chance to do something special and gave it away. So first weekend exit, and then this year you go and that's 3 straight first weekend exits. You can't live off a Final Four appearance from 5 years ago forever. Like at some point you got to acknowledge it's fucking unacceptable, and it is.
I think the only sensible option is to fire Bruce Pearl.
Hey, some are saying.
Oh, are y'all actually like some people are calling for it? Oh, I was like, oh god.
Don't do without Auburn. Bruce Pearl.
Get him up.
Get off the floor. Get off the floor.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now, I think.
Okay. I said Bruce Pearl is the best coach Auburn's ever had. It's a double-edged sword.
Nah, Bruce Pearl isn't going. Bruce Pearl is Auburn basketball. Like he have the court named after him one day. Like, Bruce isn't going anywhere, but it's I think it's valid to not about his job security. He's not going anywhere, but ask questions and like be critical, because you can only for so long be like, oh, well, we're not a great basketball program. Like, yeah, we are now. We have been for a while. So it's like, it's okay to have expectations now. And like, we can't just continue to have this like, oh, shucks, it's just great. We finally have a good basketball team. Like, yeah, we do now. And let's do something with it. Because so many Auburn fans are just like, I remember when Auburn basketball and we had 20 people at the game. And like, they still have like that mentality.
Yeah.
But it's like, who cares?
This is like the only time or second time Auburn basketball has been relevant. Most relevant they've been since Charles Barkley was there with Sonny Smith. Shout out Tri-Cities legend, Sonny Smith. But just like Auburn, they're kind of in a weird place as a program, like you said. Since 2019, they've kind of not done much in March. They're kind of like Virginia. Like Virginia's just kind of been treading water these last several years.
Championship, and we're living off a fucking Final Four appearance. That's
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on.
Yeah, we should. It's whatever.
Plus,
I've been there, man. I've been there so many times. It's bad. Hard.
Colorado 102, Florida 100. There's no defense played in this game, but Florida came back and made a run there at the end. These later in the day games is like after I got to the concert, so I didn't get to see a lot of these.
I watched the end of this game because that was the game in Indy before we were going to go in, and we were afraid. We were afraid Purdue fans were rooting for the game to just get over with. So when Colorado hit the shot, like at the end, it was just a wild. We thought we were going to have overtime, but that was a wild game.
The Buffaloes.
What was that?
I said seemed like a fun game. The Buffaloes move on.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about this next game and just bring something up. Like we'll keep it moving, but Texas A&M 98, Nebraska 83. Texas A&M was a fucking terrible 3-point shooting team all year, and they go 13 for 23 from 3 and put up 98 points. They're going to give Houston problems in the next round, so the Aggies get it done. That was a very impressive offensive performance for what at times this year has been a very weak offensive team.
Shout out Texas A&M. I thought Nebraska was going to do what you just said. I could see Texas A&M doing it to Houston too. But yeah, great offensive performance over Nebraska, who's been sort of one of the better offensive teams in NCAA this year with Kisei Taminga. And so yeah, I hope they beat. I hope Texas A&M beats Houston. But that's besides the point.
You had to tee him up. I got the last bit of what he said. I got the last bit.
I haven't been saying anything. Travis got muted for me, I think, again.
Are we teeing Travis up now?
Tee Travis up. Tee Travis up.
Yeah, nobody's gonna win this tournament, dude, if we keep ejecting our players like this. You're still muted, brother. That's what happens. See, this is what happens to Auburn fans, dude. He's too ashamed to talk about the tournament anymore. So now he's actually talking. Yeah, he's not even talking. He's just moving his mouth right now. He's just pretending. Can you hear us?
No noises are coming out.
There we go. Okay, I can hear you now.
Oh, we were shit talking you.
Damn. But yeah, boys, I gotta get ready to run. Actually, I got some shit to get done. So, I know we got.
We'll run through the rest of these games.
Yeah, I know we got a few games left in the day. Let's just hit I'll just mention a couple of results and then we'll run because I gotta get ready to go. I didn't realize I had to. But it's not going great anyway. So we'll just highlight real quick. Duke beats the shit out of Vermont. Purdue beats the shit out of Grambling. Alabama takes care of business against Charleston. Houston beats the fuck out of Longwood. Those are all to be expected.
Yeah.
I feel like that Charleston game, just to go back to it real quick, I feel like that one was a little bit closer than people probably anticipated.
They scored 90 points. They scored 90 points. I saw the final. I was like,
96.
Damn. 96, yeah. Alabama just has no defense. They're an amazing offensive team, but they just have no defense.
Yeah, well, so in the first half,
Charleston
Charleston scored 34, and then in the second half, they scored 62. So it's like Alabama just quit playing any type of defense.
That's what freaking Purdue's game against them turned into. Neither team played defense. Mark Sears just ran threes, and then
it just becomes the
Purdue would bomb threes right back. Yeah. I think that's what every dang Alabama game turns into this year.
Yeah, hopefully they miss. They're like, Coach, what's the defensive scheme? Well, guys, we just hope they miss the ball. That's all we can do.
If they might be in trouble against Grand Canyon because Bryce Drew is a great coach.
Grand Canyon's going all the way. I'm a
I
believer.
can see it, man.
Grand Canyon is going to be our national champions.
We had James
Madison,
which everybody picked. Utah State beat TCU.
Screw Wisconsin.
Something good for the Mountain West, and Grand Canyon beat St. Mary's, as we mentioned. Mm-hmm. I gotta get ready to roll out, boys. So sorry, I kind of had it abruptly, but I at least wanted to run through those results. We got a whole slate today. I think Matt's planning on getting back on tonight, so we'll recap today's action. Hopefully Jacob's not in the jungle anymore, and we can have a little bit of
Yeah. I mean, it was a great day of basketball. Another great March Madness day. Utah State, I'll just quickly mention the Utah State TCU game. Utah State is holding up for the Mountain West. They probably played the best out of any of the teams in the first round. So we'll see what they do against Purdue.
Hell yeah. All right, boys. Well, we'll get ready to watch the games today. Sorry, I kind of had to end this abruptly, but I mean, we were having connection issues anyway, so I don't think
you hate all of our fans and all of our
both
viewers.
both ends.
I don't think there's any point in trying to drag this out any longer anyway. So
yeah, hey, I love you all. I know. Go Grand Canyon, go Dayton, go all the underdog teams besides Purdue. That's all I gotta say.
No,